certainly my experience with the 60 or so marketing companies that we work with, i.e. countries, we delivered a support and a capability that couldn't be matched by local agency partners or anybody in market that just weren't geared up already either to operate within this pandemic in the way that maybe we were, or to do it at scale. And that really was a tremendous testament to not only the hard work of the teams, but also really the ability to have a centralized capability.
And when you were talking about the strategic priorities, Nathan, it really struck me when you talk about modular content and how you enable that and so on, because we can't simply do what we were doing, but now remotely, which feels a little as if that was phase one, and we have an opportunity now to really up our game and think through using the analytics and so on to be a little bit maybe more focused and personalized with how we deliver the content using that analytics.
A lot of what we've built as an industry is really geared towards HCPs being in offices. In fact, even regulation-wise, a lot of the regulations for something as simple as sampling or getting resources says the only way to do it is if you can drop it off in an HCP office. Well, what happens when that HCP is not going to the office, or when a patient is not refilling some of their scripts in an office setting, but through home delivery? So with all of those pieces, I think as an industry, it really is a reckoning for us on how do we deliver those, not just information, but also those services that typically we're used to delivering in an office setting live with an HCP, right?
Really key for us has been doubling down on priority brands, priority markets, rather than going broad and saying we're going to deliver this in our top 40, right? So that's a big strategic shift in direction of travel, where we're all being crystal clear. This is where the opportunity is. Let's double down on these brands, these markets, because this hybrid approach around omni-channel will drive value and impact for the business. So, as we were discussing the other day, we're not doing digital to do digital, but we're doing digital to drive commercial impact.
To me, there's some core things you really need to have in place to be ready to move more quickly, to be able to adapt to novel therapeutics and really adjust your business to what's going to be required in the future. The first is really understanding your operating model. Is it well defined across people, process, technology, and governance? Do you have roadmaps around that operating model for capability and optimization that sync up the evolution of your services to what's coming in your company's pipeline? You have existing platforms and processes, not only for digital services and digital marketing and promotion to HCPs and patients, but also for your own client services, right? Most of us are under significant cost pressures and needing to move more quickly. You can't, in the old world of every part of our interactions were high-touch, people-driven interactions from operations and support of marketing and sales. We need to kind of replicate the same things we're doing with our customers with our own service delivery models. And the second thing I would say is, there was some dialogue previously around vendors. If more than 30% of your spend is vendor-related spend in your operations budget, you really need to start to formalize how you're managing those vendors. It was kind of to Christine's point about setting the strategy. You really need to make sure that you're enabled to be in the driver's seat on it. And if in fact you don't have really good processes for how you manage your vendors' performance, if everything is bespoke with every single vendor interaction, you're doing a lot of activity that's probably wasteful and not enabling you to kind of be in the driver's seat in those partnerships.